think the Bible teaches this?
Would you say that Jesus is God? That's what I mean by divine. I mean that he is God.
No, at this moment in time, I don't think Jesus is God. I think he is aspect of God, like his son. Your son may be a part of you. That's how I've always interpreted it.
In John's gospel, the way that John's gospel opens is it says, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And that Word, John later says in the chapter, became flesh and dwelt among us. So this being, or not being is not the right word, but this person that John's referring to as the Word is at the same time with God, and he is God. And it's this person, according to John, that became a man, Jesus. And similarly, Paul says, I think it's in the book of Philippians, the Apostle Paul, probably citing a creed that goes back very, very early in the Christian movement, perhaps within a decade after Jesus' death, maybe even just a few years after his death, if I'm remembering that correctly. And in the creed, it talks about how Jesus, even though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God as something to be used for his advantage, but he emptied himself and became a man and lived the life that we were talking about earlier, died, and then because of his death was exalted again. And so you have that clearly articulated in the New Testament itself by the people who were most familiar, or by some of the people at least, who are most familiar with Jesus and his story and who he made himself out to be, both in his life here and after his resurrection.